Well, we return today with Southend United one game later than originally planned due to an administrative error. And by that, yes, I do mean that I recorded the introduction, did commentate on the whole match, only to realise I hadn't pressed record against Nottingham Forest. So we're back for one relegation 6-pointer this time away at Southampton, followed by a big game at Liverpool, which could be tricky, but given how they've been in the league this season, we're only actually 3 points behind them. Yes, hello and welcome along to part 60 of Saving Southend with me, Daniel. It's deja vu for me as I say the same thing again 20 minutes later. Schoolboy error, not pressing record. We are back today to face Southampton away and Liverpool away. Two games against sides in and around us, to be fair. But we have managed to pick up one big win since the last episode, and you would have seen it if I'd remembered to press the button. It's a lovely commentary as well, what a shame. If you're looking forward to this one though, as Russell Martin is still in charge of our former parent club, and please do put a thumbs up on the video. Liverpool's manager, Marco Rose, and he's got a lot of work to do with them, because they're in 11th with 30 points, just 3 above our current total, and if we can get another win or at least a draw today, you'd argue we're away from the trouble for now. The main reason for that is the schedule and the last game against Forest, which I commentated on, and you will never ever hear it, because it was a really bizarre game where we got completely battered for the first half and I was fearing the worst. They beat us 3-0 earlier in the season. The man who scored the hat-trick that day actually got took off at half-time. But in the first half, we only had one shot in this match. I mean, you can see from the stats, they weren't having great chances, but they had plenty of them. But Takatsuka deserves massive credit because it was our only shot of the first half and he went on a mazy individual run. So I feel like I should show you it at the very least, as I've commentated on it once already. Lesnick won the ball back in midfield. Takatsuka picked it up, took on the fullback, ran at people, big heavy touch, but got away with it and rifled it into the roof of the net. Also his first goal for the club. It was a really special moment, and I just wish you'd seen it live with me. But the big news out of that is back-to-back clean sheets, only our second and third of the season. 1-0 wins, despite missing Teddy Ivanov for that stupid red card against Brighton. And going into the Southampton game, the last of his ban, it does take a bit of the pressure off, albeit I'm hoping that we can maybe go in and sneak a point. But the heights of 14th in the Premier League is something we have not seen since we've been up in this division. So let's go and enjoy the game against the club we know oh so well. They've given us so many players to help us through the divisions, and now we might be trying to put them in relegation trouble. Have they got any of the boys in the team that have been with us? I don't think so, but they've still got Bazunu, they've still got Bella Kotchap, they've brought in Amdouni, they've brought in Sirkin, they've brought in Archie Brown. Anyone who's followed my Twitch save with Luton this year will know he's unbelievable. Dominguez, the former Forest player, ironically, and Kelechi Iheanacho up front, who must be getting on a bit now. Let's go and have a look, though, at the 11 we can put out. This is the team that played against Forest last week. The only change I made there was that I brought Fernandes back in. He was all right, but wasn't able to contribute too much. We've got one more game of the Ivanov suspension, so we'll just try and make it work. Adozi is going to come onto the bench for this one, though. He didn't get to feature last time because he had a very heavy match load, but here he is going to, in place of young Robbie Allen. And that means we've got a bit of experience and a man potentially making his debut for us against his former club. Another man coming up against his former team is Sam Amo Amiu. He is a player who came through at Southampton, had various loan spells with us, and now he is going to come against his former club and hopefully cause a bit of a shockwave. It means our 11 for today is as follows, with Caljo between the sticks, Adeniji and Lejnik the fullbacks, with Williams and Parker a centre-half. Takatsuka off the back of that match-winning display, with Sam Amo over on the other side, and then Cox and Jimenez in the middle. Hugo and Fernandes up front. This time it says he can do 75 minutes and hopefully he'll do them pretty well. Not been able to score since he came back, but has been a wonderful player for us so far and I hope can do the same today. We've got a strong bench, which we've not always been able to say this season. So let's see how we get on in our second relegation 6-pointer in a row. Hopefully we'll play better than the first one, but I'll take the same result by any means. Well, it's 6 changes for Southampton, who I noticed did have a midweek catch-up game as well. That's really helped us out because they've not picked up points and they're obviously going to have more fatigue. Garvin Kennedy drops out completely. You may remember him from battering us with Birmingham in League One. Matthias Boggart's on the bench. We've definitely had in a head coach before. Archie Brown I've mentioned already. Esri Konza, James Beadle on the bench. Lots of familiar names there. Raskin in the team as well. Mark Rocker too. A few different from what the assistant predicted. Let's go and tell the lads to do what they can well. Emir Williams struggling a bit at the moment with nerves, but he's reacted positively to that. So let's get into the first half. The first goal is crucial, but more important is that we actually try and play well today. They've lost 4 of their last 5, and we've started to find some form. Let's hope that those trends continue today. Well, 20 minutes on the clock. It's been a really quiet start to the game. We have encouraged the lads because they were looking a bit downbeat, but despite having a few shots now, we've not really seen much of note. We've not had much of the ball at all. We do seem to be having a counter-attacking threat, which could be crucial later on. Again, the lad's not feeling particularly confident, so we're trying to keep spirits up, which is our main job for now. And Fernandez is struggling with a yellow card and a bit of fatigue, but Mark Harocca has got a free kick for Southampton, and Sirkin works it forward. Jimenez does well to break it up. Emir Williams at the back finds Parker. Now, can we break through them? Jimenez wide to Takatsuka. Thought he was going to do it again, but the first touch is abysmal. Dominguez gives it to Iheanacho. It might cost us a goal this time. Amdouni strikes and scores. Takatsuka goes from hero to zero. Won us the last game, but a heavy touch there has very much cost us a goal. 1-0 Southampton in a nothing match. Not ideal at half-time. We're going to need a response from these boys. And one of the things I'm really struggling with is the mentality. I don't know where the nerves and the anxiety is coming from. Is it because we've got a younger squad than previous years? We've not got many of those experienced boys in. Maybe that's where some of these are going to star off the bench. But now we've got a free kick and a chance to get level. There's probably no better antidote than scoring. As Sam Ammo against his former club. Clever ball to Jimenez. Off the post. Bazunu was beaten. Oh, I don't think he scored for us either, you know. That could have been a huge moment. Archie Brown is on for them. We've got to be aware of him. He's 6'3", 6'4". He's got a real threat going forward too. And here he is on the ball at left back. Sirkin's moved in as Dominguez can carry it forward. Up to the centre forward, Iheanacho. Parker caught out of position. And now we've been dragged from pillar to post as Leshnik is out of shape. Lazzarini goes back to Brown. He's got support in the middle. Finds Lazzarini again. Another long-range strike. Caljo saves it. We're getting beaten by worldies at the minute. And we're going to have to make changes soon. I'm looking at Leshnik, Fernandez. Sam Ammo's not been great against his former club. Takatsuka struggled. Maybe it'll be a day for Volsky again, as it was away at Norwich. I've got to do something to affect this. We're going to go Leshnik off for a motivated Ishmael. I'm going to go Sam Ammo off for a Dozy for his debut. There's nerves everywhere, which isn't helping. But Fernandez off for a Dowu. I'm going to go for Reece Williams at centre-half because Emir Williams is really starting to frustrate me. He's getting unhappy. He's getting apprehensive at all sorts of times. And it's stopping us from affecting games. I mean, you look at our mentality now. Everyone's on the floor. You wouldn't have thought we were on a good run, would you? On the right-hand side, Takatsuka's struggling. It will be Volsky on for him. But can we keep it 1 until that moment? It's a pending change whilst there's a highlight. So we probably know what's going to happen. As Bazunu goes for a big kick over. Parker back to the keeper. Someone's going to score, but will it be us? Caljo out to Parker. Adeniji to Jimenez. Here we go. Down the right to Adowu. Support from Takatsuka. Idowu gets to the byline. You've got to pass it. His cross is in. It's poor. He just left it too long. Takatsuka finds Adeniji. Jimenez wide again. Adeniji to the byline. Into Adowu. Blocked away. And now it's Southampton on the counter. Lazzarini breaks clear. Over halfway he goes. It's out to the left to Jasper. Nothing doing. And we're 10 to go. Come on, I want more from you. We're going to go attacking. We're going to chase the game. I mean, in fairness, we probably deserve this. It's the complete opposite of the Forest game. We got absolutely battered by them and somehow nicked to 1-0. We probably deserve the same to happen to us, which it is at the moment. We've been the better team. We've had more of the better chances. And we've got by far the higher expected goals, but we've not made it count. Though Adowu's released Wolski the sub. Can he be the hero? He's in. Wolski, you've got a pass. Oh, he's giving it to Hugill. You lucky, lucky boy. Volsky runs into a blind alley. He had a 5-yard pass to Hugill, which would have given him an open goal. Instead, he got caught in possession, but the tackle fell to Hugill. And in the 90th minute, Joe Hugill has nicked us a very deserved point at Southampton. A 1-1 draw after the 2-1 nils we've had is an incredible result. It's a huge one in our chances for survival. It moves us on to 28 points, just 2 behind Liverpool, who we play in the week. And that leaves us 9 clear of the relegation zone and still 6 clear of Southampton with a game extra to go. That one is the one in midweek in hand. Let's see how we get on in it. We're facing a top side in Liverpool, but one that's drastically underperforming. Well, this is going to be an interesting game in hand for us because we go away to a Liverpool side with no fitness test this time. Wow. So we go away to a Liverpool side stuck on 30 points that have had an awful season in the Premier League. I'm trying to work out why they're so poor and where they've been in recent seasons, because 3 years ago they won it, then they finished 6th, then 2nd. While they've shown signs of inconsistency, there was no sign they're going to be a bottom half team. They've still got Cody Gakpo, Darwin Núñez, McAllister, Szoboszlai, Alexander-Arnold. Their key player, Miguel Helguera, is unbelievable at 21. And he's come through their academy as well. So what on earth is going wrong there? They've got so many good players. They've not got many injuries or many players that are struggling. So being a bottom half seems baffling. I know maybe a few of these players are the wrong side of 30, but at 30, 31, 32, you're not going to see huge declines. They've still got Konate as well. Ben Doak at 25 is a world superstar here. It's a very odd one, this, isn't it? I wonder what's happened this season with managers. Have they changed anyone? Yes, they have. Right, this explains it then. So last summer, they appointed Zidane, who won a few competitions, the Europa League, the Community Shield. He's won a Super Cup as well. But then this season, it's all gone terribly wrong. They've had a caretaker in, and now this manager has been in 5 or 6 weeks. But by the looks of it, they've not had many massive responses. They did beat Norwich 4-0 at the weekend. Seems like they found a good time to return to form for us then, doesn't it? And I guess they've got Champions League, they've got FA Cup replays, they've got Carabao Cup, they've got a real fixture congestion. Maybe it's just the game every 3 days that they're struggling with. I don't know. Let's go and see how we get on against them though. Via a very quick transfer update, we've got a 17-year-old Sheridan Putman. He has gone on loan to Wealdstone. Actually looks like a fairly decent player who might make it as a pro. So we hope that he does well in his development. But we are going away to Liverpool. And because of the situation they're in, I'm starting to believe we could genuinely get a result, which is probably wishful thinking. Lots of originals in the 11, a few other brilliant ones as well. Zaire Emery, a much talked about youngster. We've met Helguera. They've got class everywhere. But either way, they're not in great form, or they weren't until they played Norwich. So let's hope we can give them a difficult night here. I'm going to replace both of the front two. I might even replace more because on Sunday, we play Leeds at home, who are bottom of the table. And if we win it, we're virtually safe. So, do you know what? Given the heavy match loads, I think I might be bold in this game. We'll be back in a moment to run through the team, which I'm planning on rotating a lot. Well, in the end, we've gone for pretty much a full rotation. Just the goalkeeper keeping his place as far as I know. The rest of the team is fairly strong, but will be slightly different in style to what we normally do. And while I do believe we can stay in this game away at Liverpool, maybe it is a signal that we're playing to contain and thinking about the weekend, where Leeds at home is just too crucial to not go full strength. So this is the team we've gone for. We've got Hugill, Parker, Adeniji and Jimenez completely rested. The bench sees a number of first-teamers, but also Morehouse, Adozi and Fernandez. And then in the starting 11, we've brought Ivanov back after suspension alongside Adowu. And the rest of the team is rotated. So it's Caljo in goal, Brookin and Ishmael the fullbacks, with Humphreys and Reece Williams at centre-half. We did get an offer for Bashir Humphreys last week from a Scottish club. It was a loan offer with a future fee and it didn't cover enough of the wages. We obviously couldn't get a replacement at that point either. Volsky and Allen, the two wingers, with Harrison and PJ Smith in the middle. We'll change Smith to a playmaker when we get in there. And then Ivanov and Adowu up front. Maybe tempted to go 4-4-1-1, but we're not going to. We're going to stay on the front foot and we're going to hope that we're able to get a result. If we don't win on Saturday, this won't pay off. But imagine we win this one now, or at least get a draw. It'll be the greatest decision we've ever made. We're going to go Deep line playmaker on support there. I don't know, but we're going to go, I think, defensive fullbacks as well. And I'm just going to make sure that this is as solid as possible. And hopefully we get a bit of magic. Let's see what the game brings for us. It is Liverpool v Southend. And we're going to try and cope with a rotated side. Well, to be fair, this is the bonus game we didn't expect to be seeing on camera. And if I'd shown you the Forest and the Southampton ones, it would have been two very dramatic and entertaining ones. But as it is, my own stupidity means we're here for this one as well, which should be a comprehensive beating. McAllister keeps the ball for Konate, two of the originals and another in Szoboszlai. Now Buckley finds McAllister, and his shot just clips the top of the bar. Caljo was beaten, but so was the goal. And it stays 0-0. 20 minutes gone. Fairly happy with this outcome so far. We've had the only shot on target. Yes, we've been outplayed, and yes, we're defending a lot. We're keeping it respectable as Helguera at the byline finds McAllister and might be about to change. Great run. Great run. And I said what I said on deadline day. If we could get a right back, we would, because Brooking ain't good enough. He's been skinned inside out there. Definitely an area for next season. I'm looking ahead already at, look, we should stay up, but then what do we do next as PJ Smith's got a knock? And I look at it and I think, look, defensively, we've got to improve. We probably need a new starter in one or two areas, but we certainly have to improve the backup team. I'm going to take Smith off for Morehouse. No need to risk him. And then on this occasion, we'll go for... Maybe... I just put him back as a box-to-box. That's what we'd normally do. I think I'm going to leave it at that. We're half an hour in. I mean, Reece Williams is on a booking already. We can bring Emir on later on. But it is a job of damage limitation. It's not been a good performance. But I wouldn't expect it to be. It's full rotation. We had one against City last season, didn't we, where we managed it with a rotated team. But I'm not sure where the goals come from unless we get Ivanov in behind. As Volsky on the right. Back to Reece Williams. Finds Brooking. He goes forward, gives it away. Oh, Brooking is such a weak link in this team. Doak releases Nunes. Brooking's played him onside. Jesus Christ, man. What are you doing, Brooking? He's given the ball away in the other half. He's charged to get back and then played everyone 5 yards onside. I mean, we should have known a goal was coming from the pending changes, but that is ridiculous. He's so bad. And I think next year we're just going to have to gamble it and say, even if there's not a brilliant replacement, we'll go for it because it's costing us literally every game he plays now. Half time, we're 2-0 down. That I'm not too upset about. Morehouse has got a knock as well after coming on. I mean, it's just not happening today, is it? I'm not going to worry about him because he's not featuring anyway, so there's no point wasting a sub. We'll give Ivanov another 15 minutes just to build his fitness. Adozie is one I'd like to bring on, but I've not really got the players to do it. And defensively, I'd like to make more subs, but I can't just yet. So we focus on Leeds at the weekend, and that means this lot stay on. When we get to the hour mark, we'll strengthen it a little bit, and hopefully we'll then be all right. To be fair, we've not been battered in the game. They've only had the 2 shots on target, which they've scored. They've had a lot of the ball, but so has everyone else. We've not been outclassed at all. We've actually had double the shots on target. We've created nearly as much. We've just not looked like taking it. So we're going to bring off Reece Williams for Emir. We're also going to bring off Brooking for Lesnick. Fernandez will come on for Ivanov. And the final sub will be Adozie for Robbie Allen. We have made 5 changes with 25 to go. Adozie settling in. He's getting another run out now. Fernandez should be pretty much fully fit after this one. And defensively, I think we've just got stronger. So there's not too many bad signs from that. And Morehouse has just given it away. Injured and poor in midfield. Finds McAllister. Darwin Nunes. Back to Alexander-Arnold. Finds Emery. Chance to shoot. Block to Szoboszlai. Rebound off the post. It's away as far as Lesnick, who clears. Probably asking a lot of Morehouse to compete at this level with an injury, but he'll still work hard. Fair play to the lad, but just unfortunate, isn't it? Comes in for one game, picks up a knock. He'd been fixed. He'd been playing in the reserve games. He wasn't horrendously lacking in match fitness or anything. But it's just one of those nights for us. 2-0 down with 15 to go. Would be nice if we could nick a goal now, but I don't see where it comes. As the goalkeeper's got it for Liverpool, playing out from the back fairly comfortably. Konate into midfield for Buckley. Space to run into again. He finds Alexander-Arnold. And he looks right to Diakite. Into Buckley again. Through ball to McAllister. They're carving us open. They're finding spaces. But they missed the target this time. Ian Matson is on for the host. They're dominating the chances now, all right. They're shooting from distance. They're going for the Hollywood efforts. And hopefully that will keep the score down for us. They've just made another 3 changes now. We've got to the final couple of minutes at 2-0 and Volsky's nicked one back. We lost at these lot in the Carabao Cup as well, didn't we? I forgot. As Adowu goes back to Adozi. Can we see a moment of an early glimpse of magic from him maybe? Here he is again to Adowu. Back to the centre half, Emir Williams. And wide to Cameron Ishmael, who again's not had a great game out there. Gets it back from Adozi and finds Williams. And now Bashir Humphreys out to the right for Lejnik, who finds Wolski. I mean, it's lovely possession, but we're 2-0 down and it's showing no sign of creativity at all. Alfie Harrison finds Wolski though. That's a good touch. That's a horrible tackle. What the hell is that? Get off. Liverpool fans angry that he's wasting time. You've got to be kidding. Get off here, Matson. A disgrace of a tackle. And he's gone off injured now as well. It's going to be a bad one, isn't it? It has to be a bad injury just from the nature of the tackle. If that's put him out long term, that's an absolute disgrace. Classless from the fans. Terrible from the player. And it might not just be the 3 points that we've been cost today. Because of the backup team, he is one of the better ones normally. So let's see what on earth this injury is. Please don't be awful, but I can't imagine another scenario. Wolski is out 2 weeks. It's a gash. He's lucky it's a gash rather than a fracture, let's be fair. Morehouse out for a week. Smith out for a week. Look, it could have been worse. Adowu's in a goal drought. Fernandez is in a goal drought. We'll give them both the kick up the backside before the weekend. But not the best day, is it? Let's be honest about it. Let's not get too downbeat, though, because it was always the plan that we were going to fight in the 6-pointers and maybe drop some in the others. If we win at home to Leeds at the weekend, we'll be on 30 points with 27 played. 31, in fact. And we'll be in really good nick. We'll probably still be 10 to 12 points clear of the relegation zone. And ultimately, that is incredible progress from where we were last year, where we survived on, what, 34, 35? And we're getting very close to that already. So let's have a quick look at the finances because that's looking very healthy. I'm hoping that next summer we'll be able to progress a bit on that front because the stadium expansion should be done. And we don't often get the chance to in a shorter episode do this. So let me very quickly update you. We're moving back in April to Steve Tilson Park. That will then be 21.3 thousand, which is perfect for our size of club in the Premier League. We've now got excellent training facilities, great youth facilities, excellent academy coaching and good youth recruitment. We're improving everything year on year and we're continuing to progress it. I'm a bit worried my contract's out very soon, but I'm hoping I'll get a new deal. And we've got the opportunity now to request more upgrades. So based on where we were, we're going to request improved youth recruitment. Hope it helps the next intake moving forward. We're also going to request increased junior coaching budgets. And because now we've got through the transfer window with a good amount of money in the bank, we can also request an improvement to youth facilities too. Everything going in the right direction here. The job security, the finances, everything is good. And if we win at home to bottom side Leeds next time out, I think we're pretty much there when it comes to safety. A few injuries we didn't want to pick up in that game against Liverpool. And a few horrible tackles against our players. But we're still doing well. We're still in good nick. And hopefully we're almost there. If you did enjoy this one, a huge late result against Southampton, a missed opportunity to show the Forest game because of a poor recording malfunction, and a comfortable defeat against Liverpool, but a gamble with a rotated side, then please do put a thumbs up on the video. Let me know down in the comments whether you think we do it now. Do you agree with me that we're almost there? Or is there going to be a twist in the tail yet? Because I'm saying that like we're just going to turn up and win 2 or 3 more Premier League games, which we've gone long runs without doing before. If you want to stay up to date and find out if we do, subscribe and turn that notification bell on. We'll be back about halfway between now and the end of the season. Maybe show one of the big games in there. Maybe a Chelsea at home with a Leicester. A couple of teams doing well. Or if it gets close, maybe a Wolves game. But somewhere around there, we'll show a couple of matches. But in the meantime, we'll be back with the head coach tomorrow. We've had a big start to the season in that one. You can find the playlist up in the eye above, as well as our nostalgia trip from Sunday, the experiments guides, the football podcast, and the Twitch channel too. But thank you very much for watching as always. Your support is massively appreciated. And I'll see you back here in a couple of days' time as we look to secure survival a bit earlier this year.